this is the most first world conversation I'm ever going to have, but it is for your well being, okay? I just stopped getting my nails done every month so that I could get a massage membership. Stop, okay? Listen, self care is very important. And I also just want to say that look how good these look, honestly. They're just so fresh. I mean, they are so shiny and they're long. And I've wasted a whole lifetime biting them only to realize that my hair. You don't have to bite. You can just not bite them. But let me actually talk about how I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that by getting my nails done every month with gel and no extensions or like what are they called? Acrylics. I was just getting them done with gel. And it was actually really helpful because I would get cute designs and I'd be like, oh, I'm not biting these babies. Like, this is going to be how I break literally my whole life pattern. I finally stopped doing this when I was like maybe 20. I think I started getting my nails done pretty religiously around 26 or 27, probably 27. So at 27, I stopped biting my nails after my whole life of biting my nails. And I need you to understand something. Wow, this hair, my God. I need you to understand something. I used to bite my nails so badly that one time I was sitting in class and I always just had my freaking fingers in my mouth like a freaking freak. And I was biting, 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 and they were just always nubs. And like they would be down to like half the nail, and I would just keep going. And it was so painful. They were like throbbing, and I would just like still keep going. That's on anxiety. And one day I was actually so stressed out. I had just come back from being in Europe in the middle of winter. And my parents used to just drag me out of school left and right with like no heads up or like very little. They'd be like, okay, well, time to go. Like, your dad's got work to do, taking me out of school. And then we'd have to lie to the administration. We have to lie to my teachers and tell them like I was sick or we were dealing with this because they didn't care like that he has work. They were like, yo, you're supposed to be in school. I missed probably so much school. It's honestly obscene. I don't even know if I have a real education. And so I would have to do all my homework in advance. And so part of my tendency was I'm going to do my homework so like I will never miss a single assignment because I know I'm going to miss the content. I know I'm going to like fail the tests and quizzes because I'm not even there to learn it. I'm going to just get all my homework done, do the extra credit, nail my projects, and I'm going to do them way before they're due so that I'm just ahead of the game. So the moment something was assigned, I would just start doing it right there in class. Like, which is also counterintuitive because I'm not learning anything. But anyway, who learns anything in school? Okay. You know how I feel about school. Sorry, this is not a channel for kids. Sorry. Anyways, but like yeah, so I'm doing all my homework and I would get like 110% in tests or sorry, no, in homework and classwork and then like not 0%, but like low in tests and quizzes, and that was my strategy. And you know what? I came out an AB student except for math. I'd get like C's in math, but whatever. So anyway, I'm super stressed out. I'm missing so much school. I was probably maybe 17, 16 or 17 at the time, I think. Maybe younger, maybe 15 or 16. But I'm sitting in class. I'm so stressed out. We had gone to Europe in the dead of winter. I'd missed so much school. My teachers were like, what the hell is wrong with you? They're trying to get me to catch up. I'm sitting in physiology and I'm just like, I don't know shit about any of this. And I was sitting in like the front row and I was dragging my teeth over my nails, which is something I started doing in the dead of winter in Germany. It was so cold and miserable. I don't know how you guys do it. My like skin and bones were just like aching from the cold, and I'm missing all this school and I had to like lie to everyone and tell them that like I wasn't in Europe, and it was just so stressful. And then so I come back, I'm in the class and I'm doing this thing that I just picked up and I'm like grinding over and over. I don't know what that was. That was a new thing. And I'm doing it and doing it and doing it. And I've been doing it for weeks on end already, just like stress habit, weird thing. And all of a sudden I remember sitting there and my teacher's like talking, and just it just splits the bottom of the nail, like this little like U-shaped thing. I think there's a name. I don't know the name for that thing, but it just freaking splits and it busts out like bright red pulsing, like veiny, like what like your internal lining would probably look like. It just burst through the nail. And I'm like, actually, it was both at the same time, which is even better. I had both my nails in my mouth, just grinding on my bottom teeth, and they just split and burst into this disgusting, like, pulsing thing. And I was like, like I'll never forget sitting in the front row just being like, oh my God. And my teacher's like, you good? And I'm like, I gotta go. Like as if I haven't already missed so much school. So I like run to the office and they like give me band-aids. They don't even know what to say about that. And then I come home and I like told my mom and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she's like freaks out and she takes me to the dermatologist. This is my favorite thing in the world, actually. She takes me to the dermatologist and the dermatologist like unwraps each nail because I had the little bandages on them and he looks at them and he goes, um, this is a neurological disorder. You've come to the wrong place. Like you need to go to an institution. So that's cool. But my mom was like, what? Like didn't do that. Probably should have. Anyway, the whole point of that story is actually like fivefold. One, I've had a long history of fucking up my nails. Two, I need to fucking chill. Yeah, that's kind of the message. That's the message from me to me to me to the whole universe. And yes, I've gotten a lot better since then. And I didn't ever do that again, but I was still just biting ferociously for years. And finally, I decided to start getting my nails done, which was my weird reverse fuck you to the patriarchy because I wanted to reclaim my inner feminine and I wanted to stop trying to be one of the boys and just let myself embrace frivolous, fun, girly things like that. And so I started doing it and it was actually really liberating. And I actually do think some of my first steps in reclaiming my connection to the feminine and reclaiming my connection to other women. I know that sounds weird, but it's true because I just had resistance in like the silliest areas, but they were a microcosm of the macrocosm of my own resistance. And I'm not blaming the patriarchy, actually. I'm blaming my damn self. So, yeah, sure, we can see where it was influenced by, but I hold the responsibility to make that shift happen within, which thank God I have. So the nails were great. It was an era. I loved it. I'm not saying I'll never go back. But what I learned is honestly, I don't feel I do when I get my nails done, I am just like stressed out the entire time. I'm like, how much time is this gonna take? Like, it's not, is it even turning out? Like, you're filing them too short. Like, I'm not even saying anything. I'm just like inside, just like freaking out, waiting until it's over. And so I'm like, this isn't a therapeutic activity for me. It's really just to like be cute in the end. So I decided to take that like $100 a month or whatever I was spending on my nails and switch that over to getting a monthly massage because there's this place here with like a killer deal. And I had an incredible massage and I've never been that kind of person. Like, yeah, I love a massage from time to time. Who doesn't? But just not very often. Like I don't go very often. And I really don't take time to do the therapeutic activities. And that's what I realized. Everything I do has some reason for productivity, some reason for connection, some reason for being fitter or like stronger, or more mentally resilient, or like, there's always, or just even having a fun time, which is great, but it's like a lot of energy and like output. There is so little in my life that I really sit down and have like, ah, let me just that's my morning meditation practice, but that's it. That's all I have. Literally, from the minute I'm off my meditation cushion, which is usually my bed, I am off to the races until it's time to go to bed. And I just keep freaking sending it until it's time to go to bed, which is something I'm, like I said, really actively changing and working on changing now. In the last few days, I have arrested. I took a long nap one day. Another day, I just decided I'm going to rest before I finish everything I need to finish instead of the opposite. Like, I don't need to earn rest. We do not need to earn rest. And if you're triggered by this and you're like, your privilege would say that, like, talk to all the people with dis-ease, okay? Talk to all the people who actually have a whole family to feed, but they're still finding ways to take rest and make that their number one priority so that they can pour into their kids and their families and all of the things, and they're actually more prosperous for it. Again, I realize I may not be the person to have this conversation with you, but I do know that I've lived both versions of a life within the same amount of luck and joy and privilege. But I've exhausted myself and not even been able to like be okay for so many years because I just was always trying to prove something, which is something I realized in my last cacao ceremony with my friends. And I admitted it to them, which I didn't want to, but I said, you know what? Yeah, I always feel like I have something to prove. And they're like, you don't have anything to prove. And I'm like, tapping on that now. So that's like my core underlying motivator. It's just pushing me to feel like I have to prove things constantly. But I already feel like that's softened since I've started to tap on it and become aware and admit it. And then I asked my friends, we all did a little circle where we manifest something, which by the way, every time we do like everybody gets what they want. It's magical. And we all send the energy of that intention they're calling in. And mine was, I really want to just release this feeling of needing to prove. And everybody stood around me and envisioned it gone and sent me love and light, and it was the beginning of rest. I've started to rest. It's only been like a week and I feel so much better. Just like more creative, funnier, more chill. I'm like enjoying my life. I'm looking around like what a beautiful life, taking time for me. I went to the beach yesterday like midday at one point. Like what the hell else? We're literally dying. I keep saying that and then I'm the one who's like, what day is it? Where have I been? So it's my intention to live. And I have such a beautiful life. I might as well enjoy. And you too. So the whole point of this is I'm finding time for not the grinding or the hardcore stuff, or like even the workouts before I was going to the gym and I was doing this and I was doing that. And I'm like, I'm doing my home workouts again. It feels better to just not be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Plus, the gym is so broy, and like I'm a bro in some ways, but like not in those ways. Just not, no. So I love rolling out my mat, taking care of me in my own space. And now I'm taking my 1 hour, which nails take like 2 or 3 sometimes, like, ugh. And I just go and get a massage once a month. I'm actually saving money, which is also really cool. So that's been lovely, 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 lovely. And I guess I say it for anybody who look at your schedule and like how many of the things in there are therapeutic. And I know it's hard because everything else is so fun or stimulating or it gives you some kind of something to show, more immediate result or something like that. But get the things in there that are therapeutic because you aren't going to be able to sustain that level of energy through your whole life. Let me tell you. Okay. That's really my speech this fine morning. I hope that you have the most beautiful day. Get your therapeutics in check. Don't be a maniac about your nails. If you're one of those people, try getting the gel every month and get a cute design because it's really hard to bite off. And then when it's time, just get it done again. If you like you're getting your nails done and that's therapeutic for you, perfect. For me, no. But yeah, now I'm trained. I'm trained. Mira, fresca. Anyways, okay, well, if you like it here, check out the other vids and then subscribe. Don't just like subscribe frivolously. You might not end up liking it. And then we're both like, well, shit. So why don't you be intentional and see if there's things you like? And if you like it, stick around. If you don't, thank you so much. Bye.